Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we're diving in the world of handheld magnification, exploring how these handy tools work and what factors to consider when choosing one. So I will only be focusing more on computations for the handheld magnifier, so I'll be skipping the not computation parts. First, we have to get to know the concept of the field of view through hand magnifiers. So first is, as the power of the hand magnifier increases, the usable field of view decreases. So this is for the first example. So as you can see in this example, so if the hand magnifier has a high power, so it will mean that the field of view is also decreased as we increase that power. And consecutively, as the distance of the hand magnifier from the spectral plane is increased, so our spectacle plane can be our lens, ocular lens or our accommodation. It depends on the situation of the patient. And it is stated here, if that distance is increased, the field of view of the hand magnifier is decreased. So as you can see in this example, uh, compared from the previous example na dual-dual siya, gipalayo na ang spectacle, ang hand magnifier sa spectacle plane, so the visual field is further decreased. So proceeding with the formula for the equivalent power. So equivalent power is more or less the total magnification pero more on sa handheld magnification siya. So the formula is FEQ is equal to F1 plus F2 minus C times F1 times F2, where FEQ is our equivalent power or the total diopters needed by the patient to perform near tasks. And then for the F1, it is the power of the low vision device, and our F2 is the add or patient's accommodation if ever wala siya add power ang ato patient. And then C is our separation of the low vision device from the spectacle plane in meters. Meters na siya dapat ang C Pilminti. And then to visualize our equation for the equivalent power, we have here our F1, which is the power provided by the low vision aid. And our F2, which is the power provided by our spectacle power, or it may be the accommodation of the patient or the add power. And here we have our C, which is the distance between the F1 or the low vision aid from the spectacle power or our F2. So the reason why we come up with this formula is because nanong addition, okay? Addition siya. So if there is no distance, if there is no separation, if nagpilit ni ang kining F1 and F2, so obviously our C will be 0. So that means you will only have to add the F1 and F2. So bali ang itsura ana kay ana na siya. Muna siyang F1, muna siyang F2. So bali you don't need to have any deductions because there is no separation between the F1 and the F2. However, if there is separation, if this C exists, so that's the time you have to deduct. So, asa man nagikan ng F1 and F2? F1 and F2 is the total magnification or the synergistic effect. So, pwede ra na siya ibutang ra. But, manual man ta, so ibutang ng F1 and F2. So, total magnification is multiplied by the separation distance in meters ni. So, bali, ang kini siyang minus C times F1 times F2, muna siya ang deduction sa kining F1 and F2 if ever there is separation. And this is review lang for the Dunder's table. Pwede rin ninyo i-pause if kailangan mo mag-review sa Dunder's table. And then, for example, for the equivalent power, we have consider a plus 15 diopter handheld magnifier with an add of plus 5. If the distance of the magnifier from the spectacle is 2 centimeters, what is the equivalent power? So, what is the solution for this? So, muna to, i-add minus ang separation. So, here we have pila man ang sa low vision aid na to, power, plus 15. So, substitute. Pila may add sa to patient, plus 5. Substitute. Yung distance of the magnifier from the spectacle is 2 cm. So, since cm man siya, ato ni convert ang 2 cm to meters. So, 2 cm times, ang sa to gusto na pangitaon, ang meter. So, 1 meter ang nasa ibabaw. Pila man ka centimeter ang isa ka meter? 100 centimeter. So, cross out. So, 2 divided by 100 is equal to 0.02 times 15 times 5. So, compute for this FEQ and then you will arrive to the answer of plus 18.5. So, how will you interpret this equivalent power? So, this is the overall power, ang equivalent power. So, bali, ang power na nakuha sa patient na to. Okay, if wala ni siya separation ang plus 15 with an add of 5, we will have 20, diba? Kay igo raman na i-add. But since we have a distance of 2 centimeters, so ni padong siya aning plus 18.5. Then another example is a student has a reading add of plus 3 diopters and uses a plus 7 diopters magnifier. He chooses to move the magnifier 13 inches away so the other kids won't see him using it from across the room. What happens to the power of the magnifier now? So what happens? So using the formula again, but this time kay inches naman ang gigamit, so imo na sa convert. So 13 inches. So unsa mo gusto pangitaon ang centimeter sa 1 by 1 sa ta. Then pila ka 1 inch 2.54 na 2.54 para makross out ang ato inches. And then meter man nato goal jud nga so 1 meter over 100 centimeter para makross out sad ni ang centimeter. So here we have 13 times 2.54 divided by 100. So you will eventually arrive with the result of 0.33. So simplify lang. So 10 minus 6.93 is equal to plus 3.07 or plus 3 diops. So, kumanata sa equivalent power. Let's proceed with the linear field of view in hand magnifiers. So, determination of the linear field of view in hand magnifiers. Okay, if the hand magnifier is held one magnifier focal length from the eye, the field of view is equal to the diameter of the magnifier. If the magnifier is held two magnifier focal lengths from the eye, the field of view is equal to half the diameter of the magnifier lens. So we'll just go back to this once we have the formula. para ma-interpret ni natog tarong ang kining linear field of view. So we have here for the formula, W is equal to D times F over H, where W is our linear width of the visible field and D is our lens diameter, H is our distance, and F focal length. Muna siya ang visualization na to. And of course, all terms must be in the same units. So it's either M ni sila tanan or CM ni sila tanan. It's up to you. As long as correct ang inyo units and nakasaktusan mo sa instruction sa ato test. Okay. So ato na tagsa-tagsaon, okay? Our D, lens diameter. Okay? So muna siya ang diameter sa ato magnifier. And then H is our distance of the lens from the eye. So muna siya ang lens, ang kalayon padung sa mata. Okay, that is our distance. And then for our focal length, muna siyang gi-produce sa lens power. Yang W is our linear width of the visible field. So kung unsay nakit-an sa ato retina na field of view, ang kalaparon. So that is our linear width. So this is the formula D times F, because you have to find the area between the D and the F. And you will divide that by H so that makita nimo ang kining W. Okay, for an example, okay. Let's go back there sa kuan. Para ma-interpret nila to. Okay, so if the magnifier is held 1 magnifier focal length from the eye, the field of view is equal to the diameter of the magnifier. So you can say the W D F over H. So let's say our diameter is 3 and our focal length is 1 and our distance is also 1. So our width for this is 3. Butang centimeter ni kuno sila. Centimeter ni sila. Okay. So the width is equal to the diameter. So equal sila. If ang distance held 1 magnifier. So ano siya? If 2 magnifier, D is equal to F gihapon over H. So 3 gihapon na to diameter. The focal length remains unchanged sad. Kaya di man na ma-change ang kwan. Then our distance becomes 2 since it is held 2 magnifier focal lengths na. Is equal to 3 over 2. So our width becomes 1.5 centimeter. So it becomes half, di ba? Nakuha nyo. 2 as the so we can interpret this that as the distance becomes larger or farther away, so the width of the linear field of view becomes smaller. Okay, balik na sa example sa linear field of view in hand magnifiers. What is the linear field of view of a +4 diopter hand magnifier with a 6 cm lens diameter held at 80 mm from the eye? So you have here for the solution, and D is our diameter of the hand magnifier, which is 6 centimeters. our f is plus 4d. So you can't directly substitute the 4d. So you need to convert it to focal length, which is f is equal to 1 over d. So, pwede sa dito ninyo gamiton ang katong m, then the mother, father. Okay, so d is equal to m over f or 1 over f, since m is, kung man na siya, 1. Then our f is equal to m over d, or 1 over d. Then our m is equal to d times f. So, mana siya ang i-remember ninyo ng mga equations. Okay? So, since focal length pa na ito pangitaon, since para may same slag unit tanan, all terms must be in the same unit. So, para ma-centimeter siya, pila ang centimeter sa isa ka meter. So, that is equivalent to 100 centimeter. So, 100 over 4d. And then, divide it by 8 centimeter. Asa man nagika ng 8, muna siyang distance na 80 millimeter. So, 80 millimeter is equivalent to 8 centimeters. You just have to divide it by 10. Okay. So, we just simplify it. Muna siya yung makuha. Then, eventually, you'll get an answer of 18.75 centimeters. Okay, so that's it for the linear field of view. Then, let's now proceed for a quiz. Okay, number 1. I-pause lang ninyo kung need mong time. Yeah, number 2. Okay, that's it. Thank you. I hope you have learned something from this lesson. And if you have any clarifications or details, you can reach me out. And then these are the references. Okay. Thank you, and see you for the next computation something. Okay, bye-bye.